Sunday in Atlanta, the Marlins and Braves wrap up their series at Truist Park, and we've got a matchup that's tighter than the line suggests. Miami sends Cal Quantrill to the hill, hoping to shake off a rough outing against Houston. Quantrill gave up 7 runs in just over 4 innings in that start, but before that stumble, he'd allowed only 1 run total across his previous 3 appearances. His road numbers this year, a 5.24 ERA and 1.27 WHIP, tell us he's been hittable, but they're still cleaner than what Atlanta's about to throw at Miami. On the other side, Joey Wentz gets the ball for the Braves. Wentz has worked primarily as a swingman, and while his season ERA sits at 5.34, it's his home numbers that are alarming: 7.46 ERA and 1.54 WHIP in 15 appearances here at Truist Park. Despite a strong July where he posted a 1.89 ERA, August has been less kind. Against a Marlins lineup that travels well, that home ERA is a major concern. Speaking of travel, Miami's offense has been a different animal on the road. They average 4.8 runs per game away from Lone Depot Park compared to just 3.9 at home. That road boost comes alongside better slugging and a more aggressive running game. Atlanta's offense, meanwhile, has gone quiet this month, producing just 3.1 runs per contest in August. Even with their league-best fielding percentage, you can't defend runs you don't score. The situational splits tilt Miami's way, a 29-28 road record versus Atlanta's 21-37 at home. Momentum favors the Marlins too, winning 6 of their last 10, while the Braves have dropped 6 of 10. Add in Wentz's home struggles and the Braves' fading bats, and the matchup math starts leaning heavily toward Miami. This is exactly the kind of spot Astroball's filters circle. Better situational team, stronger road offense, opposing starter with glaring home weaknesses, and a line that slightly favors the other side. Often a trap. Yes, Quantrill's inconsistency adds some risk, but his ceiling is higher than Wentz's in this ballpark. If Miami gets even a league average outing from him, their bats should carry the rest. And today's AI pick is Miami Marlins moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? Next up, Abaddon takes the mic for Game 2.
Sunday in Milwaukee, the Mets and Brewers meet again at American Family Field, and this one brings a sharp contrast between momentum and struggle. On the mound for New York is left-hander Sean Manaea. He hasn't logged many innings this season, just 23, but in that time he's been crisp. A 3.52 ERA, a WHIP under 1, and a clean 25-4 strikeout-to-walk ratio tell you he's controlling the game when he's out there. The question is endurance. Manaea hasn't carried a heavy workload this year, and against a lineup like Milwaukee's, that could mean an early call to the bullpen. Across from him is Quinn Priester for the Brewers, a right-hander with a strong 2025 line, 11-2 record, 3.15 ERA, 1.19 WHIP over more than 114 innings. He's not overpowering, 93 strikeouts, but he mixes pitches well and gets outs. His career ERA is higher, but this season he's been a key reason Milwaukee sits atop the NL Central. At home, Priester has kept opponents in check and given his bullpen leads to protect. Offensively, the Brewers have the edge. They're hitting .257 as a team with an on-base percentage of .330, averaging 5 runs per game, good for 4th in the league. They don't rely on the long ball, but with 114 homers and one of the top stolen base totals in baseball, they can manufacture runs in multiple ways. The Mets, by contrast, are hitting just .239 with a .318 OBP. They do have more power with 142 home runs, but their offense has been inconsistent, especially on the road. The bullpens favor Milwaukee, too. The Brewers' relief corps owns a top 3 save percentage and limits inherited runners from scoring. New York's pen is middle of the pack and has been taxed heavily in recent weeks. Add in the momentum factor. Brewers have won 9 of their last 10, Mets have dropped 9 of 10, and the trend is hard to ignore. Situationally, Milwaukee is stronger at home than New York is on the road, and they've been excellent against left-handed pitching. This sets up a game script where the Brewers can pressure Manaea early, then ride Priester and their bullpen to another win. And today's AI pick is Milwaukee Brewers moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? Next up, Sapphira steps in for Game 3.
This afternoon on the South Side, the Cleveland Guardians and Chicago White Sox meet again at Rate Field. Cleveland sends Slade Cecconi to the mound. Cecconi has been steady in his first full season with a 5.4 record, a 3.72 ERA, and a crisp 1.18 whip over 82.1 innings. He doesn't overpower hitters, but his command limits free passes, just 22 walks on the year, and he's held opponents to a 240 batting average. In his recent outings, Cecconi has been particularly sharp at working ahead in counts and avoiding the big inning. The White Sox counter with Davis Martin, who comes in at 3-9 with a 4.11 ERA and 1.29 whip over 96.1 innings. Martin's control isn't bad, but he's been prone to trouble with runners on base. His strikeout rate is lower than Cecconi's, and he's allowed slightly more hits per inning. Chicago's defense behind him hasn't helped, ranking near the bottom of the league in fielding percentage and double plays turned. Offensively, both of these teams have been struggling all year. They're tied for 29th in batting average at .229 and sit near the bottom in on-base percentage and slugging. Cleveland has a slight edge in home runs, with 120 to Chicago's 113, but neither lineup is known for explosive scoring. The Guardians tend to scratch out runs with timely hits and solid situational play, while the White Sox have been inconsistent, often failing to capitalize on scoring opportunities. Where the separation really shows is in the bullpens. Cleveland's relief corps is one of the best in baseball in terms of holds and save conversion rate, boasting 80 holds and a 68% save percentage. The White Sox bullpen, by contrast, has been unreliable, just a 47% save rate and 17 blown saves this season. Momentum also leans heavily toward Cleveland. They've won 8 of their last 10 and are riding a 4-game winning streak, while Chicago has lost 5 straight and continues to slide deeper into the AL Central cellar. Home field advantage hasn't meant much for the White Sox either, as they own one of the worst home records in the league at 18-41. When you combine stronger starting pitching, a superior bullpen, and better recent form, Cleveland holds the clear edge in this matchup. And today's AI pick is Cleveland Guardians moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? Next up, Anna takes over for Game 4.
At Dodger Stadium, 2 division leaders meet in a Sunday showdown as the Toronto Blue Jays send Eric Lauer to the mound. Lauer has been a revelation for Toronto this season, posting a 7-2 record with a sparkling 2.59 ERA and an exceptional 0.98 whip over 80 innings. His strikeout-to-walk ratio is impressive at more than 4-1, and his ability to work deep into games has taken pressure off a bullpen that already ranks in the top third of the league in holds. On the other side, his mix of velocity and off-speed precision makes him one of the toughest pitchers to square up, and he's been particularly dominant at home, holding opponents under a .220 batting average at Dodger Stadium this season. The Blue Jays' offense is among the most dangerous in baseball. They lead the league in batting average at .270, on-base percentage at .340, and hits per game at 9.3. Toronto can score in bunches with a balanced attack that mixes gap power, 133 homers on the year, with consistent contact. The Dodgers counter with the National League's top-scoring lineup, averaging 5.2 runs per game. They've slugged 171 homers, ranking second in baseball, and their 0.769 OPS shows just how relentless their lineup is from top to bottom. Defensively, the Dodgers hold a slight edge in fielding percentage and defensive efficiency, but Toronto's speed on the bases, while not a major factor in stolen bases, helps create extra bases on contact plays. Both bullpens are capable, though the Dodgers' relief corps has been more consistent in high-leverage situations, converting 67% of save chances to Toronto's 65%. The matchup ultimately comes down to 2 elite starters and 2 high-powered offenses. With both teams capable of putting up crooked numbers, the key is which ace blinks first. But Lauer's current form makes the Blue Jays a live underdog, and today's AI pick is under 9 total runs. 2 of the best arms in the league and capable bullpens should keep scoring in check despite the potent bats. Will we cash or will we burn? Next up, Rocco takes over for Game 5.
Busch Stadium, St. Louis, Missouri. The final game of this NL Central Series brings the Chicago Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals face-to-face one more time before heading their separate ways. On the mound for Chicago is left-hander Shota Imanaga, 8-4 on the year, with a 3.12 ERA and a sparkling 1.00 WHIP. He's been nothing short of dominant against St. Louis in his career, 2-0 with a 2.41 ERA and holding them to just one run in 18.2 innings. He mixes pinpoint fastball command with a deceptive splitter, and when he's on, hitters are guessing from pitch one. Across the diamond, the Cardinals counter with veteran Sonny Gray. Gray's numbers this year, 10-5, 4.21 ERA, suggest a solid season, and he's historically been strong at Busch Stadium. But his recent form has been uneven, posting a 5.29 ERA over his last 3 outings. Chicago Cubs on the money line. Will we cash or will we burn? Tomorrow's another day, but for now, it's time to bring in someone who never misses her mark. Lilith, take the recap.
5 games, 5 chances to test the will of the numbers. Let's walk the trail we've cut today. In Atlanta, we didn't flinch. Miami Marlins on the money line. Road bats against a vulnerable arm, the kind of edge you don't ignore. In Milwaukee, we sided with steady dominance. Brewers on the money line. Power at the plate, precision on the mound, momentum on their side. In Chicago, it was about discipline. Guardians on the money line. Pitching control and quiet, efficient offense built to outlast the White Sox. In Los Angeles, the story wasn't who would win. It was how quiet the bats would be. We went under 9 between the Blue Jays and Dodgers, trusting the arms to write the script. And in St. Louis, we finished with resolve, Cubs on the money line. Imanaga's precision against a lineup still looking for answers, en español. En Atlanta, Marlins en la línea de dinero. En Milwaukee, Cerveceros en la línea de dinero. En Chicago, Guardianes en la línea de dinero. En Los Ángeles, menos de 9 carreras en Blue Jays contra Dodgers. Y en San Luis, Cachorros en la línea de dinero. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Wer den Fluss nicht fürchtet, findet seinen Weg durch das Wasser. He who does not fear the river will find his way through the water.